Mental health care for Starbucks and companies alike. Healthcare is one of the most talked about topics in the business world, especially in the United States, no matter what the circumstances. So, that being said, only 42% of Starbucks employees are supported by the coverage that their company or corporation provides, while McDonald's is covered or covers 47% of their employees. That being said, McDonald's as a fast food company and almost like a lower ended chain compared to Starbucks, their corporation provides better healthcare opportunities for their employees compared to Starbucks. So every year, Starbucks also pays over $300 million for employee healthcare coverage. And there does there is a catch to be able to be a part of the coverage offered by Starbucks. We'll get into that in just a second. But healthcare needs will only continue to rise in the United States, and it only adds more pressure on the small businesses and corporations to provide those proper healthcare benefits. So, within the Starbucks company, in order for you to receive the coverage that you want to receive, the healthcare coverage from Starbucks, you need to be working there for at least 4 months and have at least 25 hours a week. That means that it needs to be consistent. It needs to be a consistent 25 hours a week. And if you do not meet the end goal of 25 times 52 weeks in the year, then you will not receive the coverage. So some may say that it is a great trade-off to receive this benefit, but a lot of employees that are hired at Starbucks are full-time students, and it is hard for them to be able to schedule a lot of time around work when they should be scheduling time around school. So this also adds a lot more pressure that doesn't need to be added to the people at Starbucks. So most employees, they won't receive the healthcare benefits that they need because they're unsure what the amount of hours that they will receive from their manager. Those hours are based off of the amount of money that store makes during that week. So if a store doesn't make as much money as they did the week before, there is a reduced amount of hours and vice versa. So again, a lot of people or a lot of employees, they won't know what kind of hours they will receive for the weeks to come. So I found this quote that there is no health without mental health and healthy-minded employees. So having healthy employees, especially healthy-minded employees, could save companies like Starbucks millions of dollars. 1 in 5 Americans suffer from a mental health condition, and without treatment, this means that the world will lose 12 billion workdays to depression and anxiety disorders alone by 2030. So 1 in every 15 have a mental health problem, and depression is the leading cause of disease, of any disease in the world, and will be the single biggest medical burden in 2020. So I propose a solution to this. So having regular therapy sessions or evaluations for their employees, which would create happier or more productive and healthier employees for the company. So the government should help provide Starbucks or other corporations and companies and small businesses with the proper tools on how to handle employees that have a mental health condition, whether it's depression, ADHD, anxiety, any sorts of that. And they also should help guide them or the employers on how they should address the situations and provide information on the different types of mental health problems, because not everyone knows and understands the different types of mental health disorders or conditions that there are. So from my research findings, I have found that employees with mental health issues feel as though their employer should take more interest in the mental health of their employees. So employees that are both mentally and physically happy and healthy do take fewer sick days, which in the end does lower costs for the employers. If more companies take more interest in the mental health of their employees, it creates stronger relationships, which also makes the employees feel more appreciated. That being said, strong companies rely on healthy employees, and it creates stronger relationships. It makes the employees feel appreciated and more understood because they have a better understanding between their manager or their corporation and themselves. So it also creates more productivity, and the employees are able to contribute more to the business that they are working for. So they're able to focus more on what they're doing rather than their own mental health. So if more companies like Starbucks talked openly about mental health, individuals that work for the company will feel like their personal needs are being met. So in this graph, that it shows that only 7% of the healthcare budget in the United States spends is the treatment of healthcare. So literally, we spend $943 billion in 1996, and only 7% of that went to healthcare and the treatment of healthcare. And the person who does not have great mental health is a person who is sick. So if we created a program within a company that supports its employees with mental health, it will create a stronger business as a whole. And this will create more unity within the company, as well as the understanding of everyone's needs within the company. So that being said, with the rise of health insurance costs for companies large and small, employees with mental health illnesses feel left out. If Starbucks allowed more programs and support groups for their employees with this health issue, they would, in the end, save more money on the health coverage they offer their employees. All in all, any business, large or small, should provide support for employees with mental health issues and provide the proper care that their employee needs.